Hello, I'm Adam. We've got M.2 and what we can do with that. Fortunately, those things has a hidden USB port on the M2. And all what we need is M.2 to USB adapter, which I've got there. Pretty nice, better version from Waveshare. And that's how it looks like. We've got cable, we've got... oh my gosh, it's... those antennas are big, but okay. Okay. That's pretty interesting how it looks like. Okay. And yeah, so generally this is an enclosure and heatsink for this module, because you need to know that those modules are getting hot. And I've bought this version for like $30, and there are cheaper options which you can buy. But those are like the ugly shape of the USB thumb drive with antennas. This one is some kind of a module which you can fix, and yeah, it's on the cable, so yeah, more flexible, and it can be powered from DC jack from 5 to 12 volts. Let's open it and see what's inside. Oh my gosh. What? Hot glue? Another hot glue. So it was hot glued? Yeah. Something was hot glued, but you have to extract that. There is one very important thing which needs to be noted. So generally this module is designed for QTEL modems, which are generally working on a higher voltage range, around 4 volts, like simulating the battery voltage. And if I wanted to insert their T99W175 modem, which is normally can be spotted in Dell or Lenovo laptops, or yeah, and others which has the 5G modem. Those are expected to work at maximally 3.6 volt. So yes, you can guess what happened. After about half hour, I've got like restarts and like it didn't work. And I realized that there is a adjustable power converter, and this thing is outputting 4.15 volts to my modem, which supports maximally 3.63 volt. So be aware and check what maximum voltage your modem support, and if you are sure that it needs to be lowered, fortunately there is a pretty convenient way. There is a converter, there are 2 resistors, and those are simply creating a voltage divider for this converter. And I want to change, I think, this resistor to 56K, and it should output like 3.45 volt, which will be fine. Let's try if it actually will work. Okay, and it seems that I have soldered the resistor, and let's check if it gives us correct voltage now. And as you can see, it worked. I've got 3.48 volt, which is, well, a little bit higher than 3.3 ideal, but whatever, it's clearly under 3.6. So now the modem, I hope, won't get damaged and will work. And as you can see, it's a T99W175 from Foxconn, and this modem has Snapdragon X55 chipset, which is known as more power efficient, and it's from Snapdragon, so it will heat less. That's from the theory. And as we can see, 3.3 volt, 2.5 amp, which we need to consider. And yeah, but this modem has one thing which we need to do. Unfortunately, there are so many variants of this modem, and we can read it like there is 205 right now. And it means revision, and unfortunately after some revision they locked USB 3.0, and we have ability to enable only USB 2.0, which will result in a download upload speed around 200 megabits per second. But as you saw my video regarding PuTTY router, it will be enough. I've bought it for very cheap, and let's give it a try. So, what we need to modify there? Well, let me get a scalpel. We need to remove this second pin. Yes, we need to remove second pin. And we need to be very precise to don't break other pins. I removed a very tiny bit of this pin, but no way, it's pretty hard. That's how it looks like. Yeah, it was pretty hard, to be honest. Okay, and now we need to solder this jumper. Okay, we've got perfect blob. Yeah, as you can see, as you can confirm, it's perfect blob, but it was pretty hard. Yeah, so just to confirm, second pin from the right, as you can see, and there we need to make a blob. And now this module is USB enabled. And now what we should do?
Now we should connect modem to the PC and install needed drivers. And we could see two COM ports. One is the diagnostic, which I'm showing right now, but we need to go to the modems, and this is the correct COM number, and we can see baud rate. And now I tested communication, so it was just sending AT command, and we can see output. So communication using serial is working. And yeah, as we can see, the modem, in the modem tab we can see port COM9 and baud rate 115/200. And now we are connected. We can try some random AT commands to see, but the most important command is this that I'm showing right now. After issuing this command, modem will start with some kind of enable. And yeah, this one is most crucial. And to be honest, in my case, I just had to verify if USB switch, as you can see, was 90D5, but yeah, generally everything I had set correctly, so that was only one thing that was needed. So after enabling it, everything should work, so we can proceed with updating the firmware, because as we saw, I had very old firmware. So you just download the application to start updating the firmware. Generally, yeah, on the forum there are links, and simply open it, you press button change firmware, wait 2 minutes, and after that, as we can see, numbers of my firmware will change. And yeah, generally that's it about the basic configuration. Modem got rebooted and firmware was upgraded successfully. And now bonus, as we can see, I've got in Windows a ability to select 2 SIM cards, and yes, this modem supports eSIM. To do it, we just need to go to profiles of the eSIM cards, and we just click add profile. Then we just can normally, like in mobile phones, scan the QR code that we've got from the our operator. If camera doesn't work, we can just go on some websites and copy that data what's behind the QR code, and yeah, generally that it will work, and we'll be able to have 2 SIM cards, which is very good, I would say. And yeah, generally that's how it will work. From my side, I would advise to remember about additional power supply. For example, when you will connect it to a router, I would recommend additional power supply to the power bank, because the modem can draw over 1 amp from the 5 volts, so it won't work on the very standard USB ports. It needs support. And yeah, generally that's it. So thanks for watching. Please leave a comment and hit the subscribe button. Bye.